Me feel dropping.
Attention. Daze in effect. Effect in effect. In effect.
Daze in effect, y'all. We are back for another episode of the Daze. Locc AT here, and our special guest for the day, Visual 9.
Yo,
What's up, V?
What up, bro?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm straight.
Thank you for coming on. Introduce
you for
yourself
having
out
me.
there for all the people that don't know what you on, all your moves, all the links you making out here.
Yeah, for sure. You said what?
Introduce yourself out there for all the people
Oh, yeah, I'm Visual 9.
that don't know who you are.
You know what I'm saying?
What you repping, where
I'm
you
an
from?
artist. I'm from Kent, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
You doing it out here. Got some projects out. Got your brand on the come up. Underground session.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
You on the move. And we're going to
Yeah.
spotlight exactly what Visual got going on later on in the show with our spotlight. But today, y'all, we are touching on moving forward and almost recalibrating in the days, recalibrating yourself. Locc, hit him with the quote, brother.
All right, man. The quote of the day is coming from one, and the one and only, really, iconic Confucius.
Confucius.
All right, and it is as follows. When it's obvious that the goals can't be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps, man. So it's not necessarily about the goal. That's the, it may not be the issue really in the situation that you running into. You might be running into an obstacle. You may be having trouble trying to identify what it is.
Right.
You may be like, man, maybe I'm just not good enough to hit this. Maybe you need to go a different route. You know what I mean? And that's all it is. You need a little detour. We all need a little detour sometimes to get ourselves back on track. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's perfect, man. It's perfect quote for what we're talking about today.
Exactly, and it's almost balancing what you have in your head. Sometimes people have this path in their head, like in order to do this, I gotta go this way,
Yep.
and that's the only way I'll be able to achieve it. So they gotta figure that out and adjust, because sometimes, because of the days, because of life, because of all these factors, you gotta switch up, you gotta adjust, and you gotta recalibrate, as we're saying out here.
I feel like in most cases, man, a lot of artists, when they get to that point where they think they have it figured out and then something doesn't work out, it's like being proven wrong is almost like unfathomable in a lot of sense, because when it comes to being an artist and having the musical quality and having that creative sense in your mind, you have a lot of confidence that comes with you in order to do that stuff on stage in front of people, in order to go out there and put your music out.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of confidence for sure. You gotta have that, you know what I'm saying? Especially being around like a lot of big crowds, because I know I've done shows, you know what I'm saying, with different crowds and different people, and it's like you have to have that confidence that you can go out there and you can turn that crowd up, and after the show you can have at least a good 8 to 10 people come up to you and talk about how good your performance is and where can I find you at and stuff like that, man.
It's also one of those things where you could go to the show and you might be like, all right, I'm used to performing for these set of people, but a whole different crowd pull up, so you got to almost adjust how you perform, recalibrate, as we're saying, and adjust and try to adapt.
Like in the middle of your performances, you know what I mean? See a lot of people go up there and maybe the first song don't hit right, and you're like, okay, let me switch up a little bit. And you start getting that energy, like, okay, I see who I'm dealing with out here. You know what I mean?
That's one thing that I learned with my sets. You know, when I do shows, I would like to come out there with something hype. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I like live concerts as well. Like if I go to a concert for my favorite artist, you know, I would rather it be hype in the beginning than at the end, you know, you just give something to where the people can like really just vibe in and just be like, damn, I understand what you're saying, or something that people can relate to.
Food for thought.
You know what I'm saying?
To that.
And I feel like that's the best type of shows. You know what I'm saying? That's how like some of the biggest artists in the world, that's the type of shit that they do. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to like these Wiz shows all the time, bro. He would come out with this hype ass shit, and then like towards the end, everything would just get so chill, and then like people would be like, then when they go back to the crib and talk to their people about the concert, they'll be like, oh yeah, it's crazy. It was so like vibey. They'll have so many stories because it has like a beginning and an ending. And that's how I like, exactly, and that's how I like to do my sets.
I feel that.
And perform.
It's crazy, man. A lot of people go up there and they might not catch that energy right off, and they might call that like a defeating measure. And they might just walk away and feel like, man, maybe I ain't meant for this. You know what I mean? But you got to get up there and keep going at it, man. Find your method to the adaptation.
I done had shows like that before too, man, where I'm like, damn, you know, but you gotta study, study the greats, and just, you know, maintain, stay focused, and believe that, you know, you will build from that.
That's
You
legit,
know,
man.
and that's where I'm at right now, because of that, having that mindset. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's about, building. And obviously, you're one of those people that has a very versatile, diverse sound as well.
Right.
So recently, you came out with that Remedy project.
Exactly.
What's some of the inspirations behind that? Can you talk about how you kind of switched up, because it's a lot different than I believe the last project, Sunday Morning,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So how did that come about? Almost the Remedy EP.
Well, I was kicking it around my homie Eric. He hit me up. He was like, "Yo, I want to do a project with you, man." And around this time, I was like going through a lot, and you know, that's why I called it Remedy. And so I'm like, "Yeah, man, we can do an EP or whatever." You know what I'm saying? Let's collab on it. So we started linking up and going to the studio like every week. You know what I'm saying? Every weekend type shit. We going to the studio. We getting shit done. We busting down songs. And then I'm like, because at first we was going to drop an EP and then we was just going to push it later. So I'm like, you know what, man? I haven't dropped no music in a while. You know, I just been in this hole, you know, trying to find myself and find myself as an artist. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this project. Let's drop it. Get some music for the people to listen to. And I feel like, you know, our project and what we did was like my remedy to getting back in my mode, how I usually be. You know what I'm saying?
Take sometimes out here.
Nah, for sure, and that's why I called it Remedy.
Makes sense, man.
Um,
And we're going to play a cut off that project, Remedy EP, Visual 9. Stream it everywhere. Go check that out. It's
yeah,
called
Apple
Deep.
Music, Tidal,
Everywhere.
Spotify, everything.
Stream it everywhere. Go check that out. That's our discussion for today, y'all. Stay tuned. Podcast exclusively on Mixcloud. Go check that out.
Yes, sir.
Mixcloud,
Yes, sir.
The Daze. Stay tuned, y'all.